I saw an organization that failed to work together well with the senior party. I saw an organization that was at odds with the Ontario PC Campus Association, and that had a very poor reputation with the federal Conservative Party. I saw an organization where many things went on behind closed doors instead of out in the open. I saw an organization that claimed to be focused on youth, but failed to reach out and provide concrete results. For those of you who this may be your first OPCYA event, my question to you would be, over the past 2 years, how much communication have you received from the executive? How well do you feel that they have done at reaching out and being inclusive? During the campaign period, I reached out and talked to hundreds of youth all across Ontario. I talked to riding presidents, and I've seen all across Ontario that there are vast untapped resources in terms of conservative youth. It's not for lack of conservative youth, but for lack of trying that the OPCYA has fallen apart in recent years. An outreach-based organization cannot afford to be run like an insular social club anymore. It is for these reasons that I have decided to run for OPCYA president, because I want to see change. And it's for these reasons that my team has based their platform on 3 themes of unity, accountability, and results. On the topic of unity, all you have to do is look around and see that we have limited resources, time, people, and money. We come face to face with it every day during the campaign. When you choose not to work together closely with organizations like OPCYA and the Federal Conservative Party, you rob the conservative movement as a whole. There are only so many resources to go around. That is why my team is taking a strong stand for working closely together with these organizations for the sake of efficiency and for a stronger conservative movement in Ontario as a whole. We're committed to working as a team, as the diversity on our slate represents, with an outreach to all different types of conservatives. We want to promote respect among all different types of conservatives, whether they're new or they've been around for a while. We have demonstrated through our campaign that we're committed to unity within the party and within the youth organization by our focus on maintaining respect and keeping a positive tone in the campaign. Our commitment to accountability is pretty straightforward. Our Constitution needs to be posted publicly. If you don't, may get reactions like I did. I gave someone a copy of the OPCYA Constitution during the campaign, and their reaction was, I was beginning to wonder if one even existed. Executive decisions must be made based firmly on the Constitution and not subjective personal whims. Financial records must be transparent and available to the membership. Results. Bottom line, when it comes to politics, results are always what matter. Just like in any campaign, there's a lot of talk going around. I'm someone who is less about talk and more about action. Myself and my team have proved throughout this campaign that we are firmly believe in going beyond talk, going beyond planning and making promises, and actually getting off your butt and doing something about it. I believe when the party or your candidate needs something done, you drop what you're doing and you go do it. Yeah. During this campaign, without fail, the party would always need help whenever the campaign or my life was the busiest. I remember getting contacted by the leader's office in the middle of a very hectic delegate selection period, and they needed help getting people out to the Windsor e-health rally. I remember getting on a bus, heading down to Windsor, eating dirt cold pizza, putting on a t-shirt about George Smitherman, and then marching around the Liberal Party convention with a couple members of my slate, Brian and Trent. I remember getting yet another call from the leader's office during an equally busy time getting delegates appointed from ridings all across Ontario, and they needed volunteers urgently to help enter data from HST petitions. What did I do? I got on the phone and I organized volunteers, and I went in myself to enter data entry at Queen's Park and at DC Party headquarters. I remember getting contacted by MPP Lisa McCall cloud's office in the midst of a busy time at school. And with exams coming up, they needed youth to support Lisa and the PC caucus during the HST hearing. So I showed up with youth. I remember thinking to myself, why does the party always need to ask for help at the worst times? But that's the way politics is. That is the way campaigns go. I could have decided that my campaign was more important, that winning this race was more important to me than helping out the party with some random means. But for me, that would have gone against the very reason that I decided to run. For me, I decided to run because I believe in the party, I believe in Tim Hudak, and I believe that Tim, the party, and the Conservative Youth of Ontario deserve an OPCYA that will produce real results. They deserve an OPCYA president that puts the priority on the party and a priority on youth, and is willing to make sacrifices and put in hard work in order to make that happen. This has been a long, hard race. I couldn't have done it alone without, okay. But I couldn't have done it without youth, like hard-working organizers and stalwarts like Grant, new people to the party, newer faces to the party like Katie, who's proved that she has the skills needed to fulfill a position. I believe that I'm the only candidate who's proven that I have the organizational skills and work ethic to be able to turn the OPCYA around and make sure that PC youth plays an integral part in making sure that Tim Hudak is elected Premier of Ontario in 2011.